Okay, I'm going to do the workup on this array exercise. It says here, write code to calculate a minimum price for an array of values that are in the array and calculate the max as well at the same time too. So we can do all of that at once with arrays. Great stuff. So I do need to get a blank sketch pad started out. So we have one here. I'm going to make it a little smaller so it's not too big. I can move it around a little bit. First we need to establish an array of integers. So we're going to say int array, and we're going to name it, say, price. And we're going to assign some values to it. Let's go with maybe, say, 4 values. 60, 20, 40, and then, say, 10. And I can add to this if I would like, or I can take some of those away as well. Now I need to get a min and max variable to hold the min and max of this array. So I'm going to say int max is equal to, I need to establish a starting point. So I'm going to say price at index 0. That's going to be our starting point for max. So right now if I were to print max out, it would say 60 because 60 is at the 0 index in the array of price. But it will be updated as we go through and do some comparisons. I will also need to have an integer to hold the min value, and we're going to start at the same place, at price at index 0. So right now, sorry, arrays are with the blocks. So if I were to print both of these out right now, if I were to say print line max, if I were to print these out, it would just both come up at 60s. Because right now we're starting at index 0, so right now I've assigned a value of the first value of there. So if I were to update this to say 160, and again we're going to go down to the index 0, and whatever value is there, we will store that temporarily in our min and max. But let's go back to 0 there, and I don't need these print lines as well, because that's not going to help us out at all. What we're going to use is a for loop to travel or to iterate through the array. And we're going to start our for loop. We're going to start at 0, and as long as I is less than price, the length of that array, we are going to go up by 1 each and every time. And every time we do that, we will check a couple things. If price at I, because I will change as we go through this for loop, if price at I is less than min, then we will say we have a new value for min. Min then becomes whatever we have at that index I. Now we're going to do a second loop as well. That if statement goes there. We're going to do another if statement. If, we can do this at the same time, price at I is greater than max, then we will establish a new value for max by saying max equals price at I. So we should run this right now, and we should come up, well, with nothing yet because I haven't told it to print anything off. So down here, I'm going to say print line, and I'm going to have a little bit of a descriptor or a string. It says the min value is, and I'm going to add that to min. I'm going to say the max value is. Stretch that out a little bit so we can see the whole line. Okay, the min value is, it's a string added to the min value, whatever we have stored in min, and the same thing the max value is, and whatever we have stored in max. So let's run this, and this, we don't need that, but we do see now that the min value is 10, the max value is 60. If I were to look to my array, that does look right, min's 10, and we could add maybe a 1 there and see now if we get a new number. The min value is 10, the max value is 140. Let's try if we have a new smaller min value. Let's make that 2. Run that. The min value is 2, the max value is 140. Okay, so that's how you can use an array to run through and calculate the min and max values inside that array.